It finally happened. I reached the limit of my budget. I had to pass up on so many great bottles. So in this video, not only will I show you the bottles I was able to get, but also the ones I had to pass up. Welcome to Whiskey Bank. My name is Dave. Sometimes you just gotta make tough decisions. And I had to make some tough decisions on which ones I was gonna get and which ones I was gonna pass up on, because they all sound delicious, but sometimes I just don't have the resources to buy them all. So, well, let's get right to it. Our first two bottles on the list, Knob Creek 12 and the Baker 7 Year. You probably saw in a couple of my videos, I had an empty bottle of Knob Creek 12 the whole time. I had to remind myself, let's get one. Well, I finally got one. And then Baker 7, I just haven't had it in a couple of years. I was choosing between this and the Heaven Hill Bottom to Bond 7 Year. I had that recently, so I wanted to try something new. I got this one at Bevmo in Irvine after work, and I got this for $70 and I got this for $60, but I was able to use this coupon, so I was able to save a couple of bucks. The next bottle, E.H. Taylor Small Batch. So how did I get this? Facebook. So in one of my groups, somebody posted up, I believe it was a Friday morning, that the Total Wine in Laguna Hills had the E.H. Taylors available at the counter. Luckily, I had that day off. So what did I do? I went straight there, and luckily they had about 5 left when I got there. So I was able to get one. They do limit it to one per person. So I got this for 46 bucks. Can't beat that. So nice find. Always, there's a lot of good Facebook groups out there that let people know where they found it and how they found these bottles. And so if you're in those groups and you check your Facebook, you have an alarm with it, then hopefully not only are you able to see the post, but hopefully you'll be able to go there and be able to pick it up. But it's a great way to, sometimes get good insider information that you wouldn't otherwise. Next bottle, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923, coming in at 133 proof, aged 13 years and 7 months. I finally got it, and it finally came to California. So this is actually a funny story. So there was a lot of rumors or speculation that it finally landed in California in Total Wine and More's. So I went after work to see if they had it. I went to the one in Tustin. There was nothing up on the counter. Usually they put up on the counter. So I was like, shoot. And then I went to the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof section, and they only had the B523. Shucks. Guess not. But I had a really weird gut feeling. I looked and there was a lot of bottles back there. So I peeked behind the B523, and it was another B523. Then I peeked behind that one, C923. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but maybe they want to sell the Bs first, which makes sense. But yes, I was able to get one for $76. I believe they had about 5 or 6 behind it. So my gut feeling was right. I got a little lucky, and I got the C923. Next bottle, Four Roses Private Selection Single Barrel Strength. This is from Bristol Farms, recipe OESK, coming in at 112 proof, warehouse LW, barrel number 61-2B. How did I get this? Amazon.com. So Amazon owns Bristol Farms, Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh, and you can check their grocery inventory online at all times. Now I check like once a week just for fun. And last week I checked, Four Roses on there. I was like, what? No way. But this Bristol Farms is kind of far away. I believe like 20 miles from my work. But Amazon Prime, they give you free delivery, over $80, and this was $95. So I tried it. I added the cart, asked for delivery. Within 2 hours, came in front of my doorstep. That's pretty cool. I mean, yes, I had to pay $95, $96, but 20 miles each way, the time, the gas, I don't have to wait, I don't have to park, I don't have to wait in the checkout line. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to ask anybody. Just come straight to my door. That's a lot of savings, especially here in Southern California where gas is $6-7 a gallon. So, I'm willing to pay a little extra to get that kind of convenience, especially for this. So I never had an OESK, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing a review for you guys. If you're enjoying this content, please push that like button. It really does help me out. And since you're there, please subscribe. It'll be awesome. So before we move on to the next bottles I was able to get, I'm gonna tell you about the ones I passed up on. And I kind of wish I did more of these in my previous videos because it just feels like it's almost, I don't want to say bragging, but it feels like, it's real life where you have to make decisions where on some of the bottles you want to pick up and some of the bottles you passed up on. And I think this will show a little bit of that push and pull that even I go through. And YouTube doesn't pay me anything, so I have to, I guess, what do you call it? I have to make sure I make these tough decisions. And sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. So one of the bottles I passed up on, Knob Creek 18. So I'm a Grand Reserve member at Total Wine. Not only because I shop there often, as you can see, but also I take advantage of their like two times or 3 times, sometimes bonus events they have for some limited amount of time. Try to buy a lot of my standard bottles during that time, so I qualify for it, and I'm in the lottery for their allocated whiskeys. So in the month of October, I won and had the opportunity to buy the Knob Creek 18 at $200, but I didn't pick it up. $200 obviously is a lot of money, and Knob Creek 18, it gets mixed reviews. I want to say the best, but right, some people say it's really good. I mean, this year's batch is supposed to be better than last year's batch, but I just couldn't justify another $200. I'll be honest with you, when I saw a couple of other stores, they do sell it for $220, $210. So if I really wanted to get one, I could spend a couple extra dollars and get it later. So I decided to pass up on it now. Maybe I'll regret it. Maybe somebody, it's the best thing than sliced bread, but whatever. Had to make that decision. The next bottle I passed up on, the Remus Gatsby 15-year, coming in at $250. $250. Last year's got mixed reviews. This year's I heard is better. I believe SLB Drinks did a review and they said it's good, but it's not worth $250. A couple of others did a review. They kind of basically said the same thing. So I just passed up on it. Next one, 2XO Tribute Blend, coming in at $90. I like the 2XO American Oak. I did a review on it. I haven't got any of their Icon series or the Phoenix Blend or the Innkeepers Blend. Those were $100. This one's $90. So I was thinking, hey, I heard this one's the best out of the 3. Maybe I should get it, but I got the Knob Creek 12 instead, right? $70, a little bit less because of the coupon. And I know I'm gonna like this. The Tribute Blend, I could like it, but I might not like it. And so I decided to pass up on that one. Next one, and this one I still regret. Well, I don't want to say regret because I kind of had no choice. So it's the Michter's 10-year bourbon. So there's a liquor store here in Mission Viejo that's a pretty good online store. It's called Great American Spirits. And you can have an email notification when things come back in stock. And I got an email notification that the Michter's 10 years back in stock. So I clicked it, checked it, they had one in stock. I put in the cart, and then somebody came into my office. It was during work time. And we had to discuss about a deal. So it was about a 5-10 minute discussion. Obviously, after that discussion's over, I come back to the computer, it's gone. So I don't want to say I passed up on it, but I missed it, I guess the best way to put it, unfortunately. I think this one probably would have bought it, but because I heard it's one of the best, bourbons of the year for a lot of people. It's the best one that I had in a couple of years. So, you know what? Sometimes you can't get it all. And this one, the next one I had to pass up on. See, I pass up on a lot. Even though I do get a lot, I do have to pass up on a lot. It's the Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength Rye. and this one was for $200. MSRP is about 130, 140. So my max in my mind was 150. And then I heard all the great reviews. So I was thinking maybe 160. And then this one came in at 200. So I was like, I don't know. That's above my max. And then I thought it was in the beginning, right when it was dropping. So I was like, maybe it'll come up later. Maybe I'll be able to see it after. Not only did that sell out, I never seen another opportunity again for below 200. I think the next opportunity I got was for 250, and I'm not gonna buy that. So passed up on that at 200. And then the last one, this one was an easy pass. Baker's 13 coming in at $300. MSRP is 150, 160. I believe in my head, my max was 180 at 300. Easy pass. I haven't seen it below 300, so I'm gonna keep passing on it until I see it for 180, maybe. And the reviews, it's good, but I don't even know if it's gonna be worth 180. So maybe I won't buy it until I see it at MSRP. But the pain of passing all those bottles, those wonderful bottles, was smoothed out because of the next 3 bottles. So, and these are kind of fun stories. Next 2 bottles, Weller Reserve, Special Reserve, which isn't that special, but Weller Special Reserve, and the Weller 12. So the interesting story about this one. So Facebook, it's a great resource, was dropping rumors that the Albertsons, Vons, and the Pavilion network in our state was getting the Wellers. Foolproof, CYPB, single barrels, 12s, everything. And so luckily, Iowa had a business next to an Albertsons that's famous for getting a lot of the allocated bottles up in Fullerton. So I went that night, and behind the counter was the manager. I don't know if it was the liquor manager or the store manager. I don't go there that often. But I knew if I just walked up and asked for Wellers or asked for allocated bottles, they're not gonna give it to me. Most likely, right? So I kind of had to play the game. So I grabbed a cart, grabbed a couple of groceries I was gonna get, grabbed a 12-pack of beer, and I grabbed 2 bottles of wine. They're like 50, 60 bucks. I don't even know which one. I just looked at the price that I was not gonna buy, but I just put it in my cart to kind of look like I'm a wine and a beer drinker as well. And then I go up to the counter, say, hey, how are you doing? Et cetera, et cetera. Talk about the wine slightly, just asking, hey, I got this. Do you think this is great for the price? Blah, blah, blah. And then I asked about the Wellers. I said, hey, I also heard, I come here often. I didn't see on the shelf. I heard that, you guys were getting some Wellers. And I was wondering if you had any. And after the conversation, and he looks into my cart, obviously, and sees the alcohol and the groceries, he was convinced, I think, that I'm at least a regular shopper there. So he goes, I'll check in the back. Comes back with these 2 bottles. I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's great. Never had the Weller 12, et cetera, blah, blah. So I was able to get these 2 bottles. Obviously, I had to go back and put those wines back. But I did get the 12-pack of beer. So at least, that and some groceries. But hey, sometimes you just gotta be a good actor, and I had to be a good actor for this. And so it's a good story. Will I do it again? Of course. If I hear rumors like that, of course I'm gonna do it again until it doesn't work. But it worked this time, so hopefully it worked again. But that's cool. Oh, also I got this for $22, and I got this for, I believe, $46. And then the last bottle I was able to get this month, Stag, batch 22A, coming in at 132.2 proof. So this one is the first one, I think, in a long time, at least even in the whiskey video wise, I was able to get through, I guess, relationships. So it's one of the grocery stores I go to, I don't want to say often, but I go there just to shop for some groceries. And, I talk to their liquor manager, I don't want to say often, but sometimes. Because I go with my wife, obviously, for grocery shopping, so I can't just sit there and just talk to the guy. But, one of the things that the liquor manager is they don't usually, he doesn't buy whiskeys that much. So I was able to get him like a sample of Eagle Rare, a sample of the H. Taylor small batch, stuff that is allocated and people ask for all the time. Even I asked for it, I guess, and never really gave it to me. But so it's one of those places where I just kind of gave up. But I just like that relationship. He's a cool guy. A couple of weeks ago, I went and I just said, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? Blah blah blah." And I had, I think either beer. I don't even think I had any alcohol in my cart. I was like, I'm here with my wife. She's already over there. I was just wondering, hey, you got anything? He goes, you know what? I do. I was like, what the hell? I've been coming here for like 8 months and you never gave me anything. But I kept that going. Like, oh, cool. I was thinking maybe it's like Blanton's or Eagle Rare. Comes out with Stag. I was like, really? Like, yeah, just got it in. Here you go. I was like, thanks, man. And he's like, yeah, no, he thanked me for, all the samples he got, and finally paid off. But, obviously if I did it with the intention, did I do it with an intention that hopefully something like this would happen? Of course. But did I expect something like this would happen? No. Once you have those bad intentions, these managers will know. So hopefully this will open up some floodgates, but I'm not really sure. Oh, and I can't really tell you the place because he told me not to tell anybody. And let's be honest, I don't want to burn bridges. I don't want to burn my, one of the places that I finally built a relationship on. So no, I'm not going to tell you guys unless he lets me, which he hasn't yet. So, the price, got this for $53. Yeah, $53 for Stag. So this is my epic whiskey haul for October 2023. And the 6 bottles I also passed up on. So let me know in the comments. Did I make a mistake passing up on those bottles? Would you have paid for them? And what were you able to get in the month of October? Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.